I'm going to be showing you how to do an animation. So you will just need a few things to be able to animate the way I'm going to animate. You're going to need either a smartphone or a tablet, and you are going to need an animation app. So the animation app that I use, that I have on my smartphone, is I Can Animate. But you can use whatever app you like. So if you find one, try it out, see what you think. If you don't like it, try a different one. But the one I use is called I Can Animate. That's all really you're going to need, because we are going to be animating with paper today. But you can also use objects you find around your house, like toys or anything that you've got lying around. I'm also going to be using some bath letters that I've got from the bathroom. So we are going to be doing stop motion animation today. Another few things that I have that you don't need is I have this nifty little tripod for my smartphone. You do not need one of these. What you can do is, depending on what you're going to animate, is you can either just prop your phone up on something if you're going to film outwards and have a wall as your background, or if you're going to do what I am doing today, I am going to be using the floor as my background and having the phone pointing down to the floor. You can use a tablet and just balance it on a table above where you're going to be filming. That'll work. Or you can just work out a way to attach your phone somehow, maybe with some masking tape. If you have some masking tape, make sure you ask your adult to help you, especially if it's their smartphone. You must make sure that they're happy for you to tape it to a table before you do it. Okay. The other little nifty thing that I have that you do not need is I have a clicker, which is a remote control for the camera on my smartphone. So when I press this button, it takes a picture on my smartphone. That just means that I don't have to keep touching the smartphone, which can sometimes make the camera wobble a little bit, and that will mean that you'll get a little bit of a wobble in your animation. But if you do not have a clicker, that is absolutely fine. You can just press the shutter on your camera as normal on your smartphone using your finger. Just try to do it really steadily so that you don't wobble your camera too much. Okay, fantastic. If you have ever been to Okehampton Library, where I work, then you might have been able to try one of these, because when we have our animation club at the library, then we actually have some of these for some of the animators to borrow and use. But like I said, you do not need one. If you ever want to try one out, then look out for when we're going to have an animation session in branch again. It won't be for a while, but I'm sure it will happen at some point. So keep an eye out. Fantastic. Right, so we are going to get animating now. Let me show you my setup, and then I'm going to show you how to create your animation.
So you can see here I've got my setup with the paper, which is going to be my backdrop. The pink paper is on the floor, and I secure my tripod to the desk. But like I said, you can just balance your phone or tablet, work out ways to do it, to attach it, or you could just use your wall as the background. So here you can see what my camera sees on my smartphone. I've opened the animation app and I tap it to start a new project. Now you just need to make sure you're happy with the camera placement and adjust it if it needs it, like mine does. And once you're happy, you can start taking photos. So I always take a few photos to begin with, because then you are setting the scene and you can play about with taking them out if you need to. So you see at the bottom of my screen it tells me how many frames I have created, and a frame is the same as a photograph. So once I've got that set up, I can sit on the floor and start some animation. So like I said, I've got these bath letters that I thought would be really useful and colourful for the animation. And I've also cut out some different things like flowers because it's springtime, and I've got a little Easter bunny there as well. So you just have to start thinking what you want your animation to look like, and then lay out all your bits and pieces so that you can grab them easily, and you can keep in mind what you're going to be doing with them. So to start with, I'm just going to move my pieces into frame ever so slightly. So you see I've started off the paper, and my letters and flowers are going to start creeping onto the paper, and every time I move something I'm going to take a photo. So I've moved all the letters once and I take a photo, then I move them all again ever so slightly, and then I take another photo. So eventually when I play it back as an animation, my letters are going to creep into the middle of the frame. The most important thing to remember with animation is that you've got to be patient, and the longer you take over moving all your bits and pieces, the smoother your animation is going to look and the better it's going to be at the end. So I only had an hour to do mine, but if I wanted to do a longer animation or a more detailed animation, I would spend a lot longer. It's really useful as well if you've got someone to help you, because someone can operate the camera and take the photos while the other person is moving all the bits and pieces. So if you've got siblings or a grown-up that you can rope in to help you, it'll go even faster. So once you've got a lot of pieces in your animation like I have, it takes quite a long time to move them all, and you've got to try and remember which ones you've already moved and which ones still need moving. So if you want to do a more simple animation to start off with, then just use 2 or 3 different objects or pictures and play with them first, and then you can start adding more pieces and make longer and more complex animations once you've practiced a bit. So another important thing is to take more than just one photograph each time that you move your objects. So once I've moved everything, instead of just taking one photo, I will take 2 or 3 photos. And that's because it will make your animation look a bit smoother anyway, but also it helps in case something goes wrong, or you make a mistake, or you've got a finger in frame that shouldn't be in frame, because you can delete a photograph and get rid of the mistake. So it's much easier just to take, I'd say, 3 or 4 photographs each time rather than just one. with my rabbit, I wanted it to look like the rabbit was hopping, so I've just got him going up and down the page and taking 2 or 3 photos in between and moving all the other pieces at the same time. And at the end, hopefully it will just look like he is jumping up and down. Now, you might have noticed you are seeing the animation upside down. So the camera is recording the animation upside down, but that is okay because we are going to do some post-production. So after we finished filming the animation, which is what we're doing now, we are going to go into post-production and we are going to do a bit of editing and cropping, and we're going to rotate the animation so that it looks like it's the right way up. Great, so once you've finished, you can play back your animation on the app and just make sure you're happy with it and see if you need to add anything or delete anything, and make sure that you're happy with the length as well. Now, once you have finished and you are happy with your animation, you're going to export it. So on my app, there is a little ellipses, 3 little dots at the top, and it gives you a list of options. And I pressed export, and then I am going to choose how big my file size is going to be, which makes my video a bit smoother. So I've chosen 720p, but you can choose 360, 480 or 720. Or even 1080, which is a very big file. Once that's finished, you can close the animation app because it will be saved on there anyway, and you can go into your folders and find your exported video and play it and make sure it's working nicely. So that is my video that I have exported. Next, we are going to do some post-production. So I have an editing app on my phone. If you don't already have an editing app on your device, ask your grown-up to put one on. I use an editing app called VN, but there are lots of apps out there, so you can just download any editing app that you want. And then we are going to open our video in the editing app. And what I need to do is I need to rotate it so that the animation is the right way up, and I also need to crop it so that you cannot see the floor, you can only see the pink paper. So I go into options, and there should be a section usually called crop or something like that. I'm going to go in that, and it should let you rotate the screen so it turns the animation all the way upside down. You might not need to do this, it depends on your setup, but because my camera was upside down, I have to rotate mine to make sure the animation is the right way up. And then I just need to crop it, so I've chosen the right sort of cropping shape that I need, and I just zoom in to make sure that you can't see any of the floor, and I check it to make sure I'm happy with it. That looks pretty good to me. So once you have checked and you are happy with your editing, you can save it and export it from your editing software as well. And my editing app lets me give my animation a name and a little description about it. So I've just called mine Spring Animation. And it's a spring animation for Libraries Unlimited. Then you can find your animation in your folder on your device and just watch it and make sure that you're happy with the end result.
Thank you, animators. I hope you have a brilliant time creating some animations. Make sure that you let me know by sending them to Okehampton Library. We are on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter, and you can also email them to me at okehampton.library at librariesunlimited.org.uk. I'm really looking forward to seeing what you make over the week. So yes, make sure that you let me see them. I hope you've really enjoyed it, and keep a lookout for other videos that are coming up during the Easter holidays from Libraries Unlimited. Have fun. Bye.